Oh, there we go. That's nice. I'm a little shiny, but that's okay. Kind of get you, let me put this back just a little bit. So, yeah, we've got all that stuff in there. That's perfect. Right. Hey, everybody out there. This is Bo from BEAU'D Not Broken. We are down in Orem, Utah in the United States, and I'm kind of finagling this thing right here. We're with Aaron Browning, and we're going to get to him in just a minute. All this stuff back here, Aaron, this money is not...
Yeah,
it's not real, right?
This is not real money. It's
okay,
movie prop money.
Everybody sees the money. We're going to talk about all this
fake.
thing in a minute.
So it looks real, though. I mean, it looks pretty real.
It looks pretty real, but it's not. We don't want
movie prop.
Everybody. Yes. Thanks for joining us. Appreciate each and every day we come to you. The show's called The Daily Bend, and a little bit of a unique program today. Just kind of happened to fall into this one. Heidi Jensen, probably someone that you associate with, she works for you maybe, or whatever, said, hey, you probably need to talk about what Aaron's doing, what we're doing, all that kind of stuff. Typically we talk about people helping people, and after thinking about it, after talking to Aaron, I can't think of anything better than to show this behind us and talk about what we're going to talk about. Remember, we download these shows onto BEAU'D Not Broken, the website, www.beaudnotbroken.com. And again, we talk about faith and courage and endurance. And I think you're going to see today is a lot of endurance, not maybe in the sense, but we're going to talk about some progressions of this whole idea and what's going on here. But remember that you know, we all have our struggles, we all have the things that we deal with. But then there's some successes that we're met with, and today is no exception. So I might look at my watch every once in a while just for the time, and I might look at the camera and say what we're doing, because a lot of people come on and go, what are you doing here? So just so you know. And it's not scripted, so there's no script here. I just think that, you know, after looking at everything, you got a pretty cool thing going on here. Tell us a little bit about what you got going. Fake money, but it's an incentive. Tell us what you're doing.
Well, so we've come up with what we've found to be a very unique new concept. And it's an evolution of an industry that's existed for a long time,
right?
But that we feel has gotten a little stale. So the base concept is treasure hunting as a sport.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
There's nothing like it. And what we've done is we've buried a grail, like an actual physical grail, somewhere in the state of Utah.
Okay.
And on September 17th, which is Constitution Day, teams of 4 will come together from all over. We already have teams signing up from all over the country,
right?
And even a few coming in from out of country, believe it or not.
Okay.
To play in the grailer.
Okay.
Right? Because
it's called the grailer.
The grailer.
Okay.
Yep. And so we actually want to make grailing a verb, to grail.
Okay.
Right? It's kind of the new thing.
Just like BEAU'D Not Broken, we want grailing.
Exactly.
Yes. Good.
So you get together with a team of 4 people. Right, this is a team sport at a certain place in Utah that we'll disclose 1 week before the event.
Right.
All the teams will come together.
People pay to get in.
People pay to enter, just like a Spartan race or triathlon. There's entry.
Will you talk about that progression after you're done with this?
Absolutely.
Okay.
So all these teams come to this one location at midnight. Okay. So Friday night midnight. Okay. So it's this event that lasts all through the night from midnight until 6 p.m. It's in an 18-hour course.
So you could have 20,000 people. You could have. You're expecting probably more, right? You could, right?
We're hoping for 12,000 people.
Okay.
That's our goal. Yeah.
Okay.
And so those people come to this one location. Have you seen the Hunger Games?
Yes.
Right.
Yes. Well, I've seen bits and parts. Yes.
So the energy of the games,
right,
minus dead children. That's the energy of Grailer.
Okay. All right.
Right.
That's good.
We like the bigger, the larger than life arena, right?
Okay.
The feel of all these onlookers and spectators really paying attention to this new thing. So everybody comes to this location at midnight and they get their treasure map.
Okay.
Which this is not an actual treasure map, but this is roughly what the treasure maps will look like, size, and you'll have the state, you know, some different rules on it, and then on the back is where you have 200 different clues and coordinates.
Okay.
And you have 18 hours to solve as many of those 200 clues as you can.
Okay.
Right? Some clues may take you to a website.
Right.
Some clues may take you to a physical location.
Okay.
And when you get to that physical location, you may just check in with a scanner,
Right.
and collect your points. You may get there and they have coins to give you that you collect
Right.
as you go around the state collecting coins. Or you may get there and you find it's one of our premium locations. And so we have about 30 premium locations in the Grailer where you could be ziplining, you could be riding four-wheelers, you could be doing flaming archery at 3 in the morning. It's just a handful of really cool, fun events. That's all covered in your entrance fee, by the way.
Okay.
But there's always a twist on it, right? Because this is a game of skill, not a game of chance, everything we do is based on your skills. Skills that you may not even know you have.
That's where I want to take you're watching the Daily Bend on BEAU'D Not Broken. We're talking about grailing. We're talking about an event that's going to happen with Aaron, with a lot of people in September. And we're talking about all the different things that one would be doing during this time. And you talked about skills, and some people, I mean, we talked a lot about confidence. We talked a lot about having faith in yourself. You're going to challenge people, and they're going to find things that they're going to find out things that they can do that they never thought they could do, right? They're going to find things that are going to be way off the chart going, wow, this is pushing my comfort zone quite a bit, right?
Oh, absolutely.
And that's the fun of it.
Yeah, that is the fun
So
of it.
I heard we're shooting things at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah,
I think I need to
I heard
join.
we're ziplining with 2 bowling balls in our hand and doing what we call zipline skee ball.
Okay.
So picture ziplining at 35 miles an hour
Okay.
while you're trying to drop bowling balls into different sized bins for different amounts of points, right?
Okay.
So have you ever done that before?
No.
You may be the best zipline skee baller in the entire state,
And I don't.
and you'd have no clue.
I don't know it.
So we're going to draw those skills out of everyday person and let them compete in a competition that's so unique
Right.
that it does draw out those hidden talents of the average person.
So just like that is pretty physical. You're going to have other things that may not be physical. It might be hand-eye coordination,
Yep.
or it might be something for knowledge, or it might be something that you've got.
It's funny you touch on that. So this is the first time that we're mentioning this anywhere. We have never published this anywhere.
That's pretty
So
awesome.
This is an exclusive.
Thanks for doing it on my show.
When you sign up your team, okay, about 1 month before the Grailer begins, your team will get to choose one of 5 guilds. You get to become part of a guild.
Okay.
There's the Guild of Athleticism, the Guild of Knowledge,
Okay.
the Guild of Creativity, the Guild of Diversity,
Right.
and the Guild of Fearlessness.
Wow.
So your team, right? You're pretty athletic. Let's say
Right.
your team is a bunch of CrossFitters. You're athletic. You can run. You can jump up, go up
Right.
hills, and swim across the lake.
Right.
So you would want to join the Guild of Athleticism because your treasure map has a certain portion of those 200 clues that cater to your strengths of being an athlete.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Whereas my team, I think I'm a creative guy.
Right.
Right. Or I'm also fearless.
Yeah.
I'm okay with eating a
But you look
cockroach
athletic, yeah.
or doing something crazy and getting filmed, right?
Right.
So me and my teammates might want to join the Guild of Creativity or the Guild of Fearlessness.
Right.
And our treasure map will take us different places than yours will.
Okay.
So
So inevitably in my mind right now I'm thinking, all right, we've got what's the show that you have to dangle and move around? I mean, the ninja thing, and we've got
American Ninja Warrior.
Yeah, we've got Spartan. Tell us a little bit about actually first, what's the prize? I mean,
Okay.
when we get to the end, what's the prize?
So the prize is what makes us
Or
truly
prizes.
unique.
Okay.
The way that we've done it, just like the Salt Lake Marathon or the Boston Marathon, there's a prize purse.
Sure.
Right? Just like any sport, most sports, there's a prize purse at the end.
Okay.
Grailer has a prize purse. Well, how big is that prize purse?
Well, only you know that probably.
Well, no, anyone can see it. If you go to grailer.com,
Oh, I saw that.
it's
Okay.
on the homepage.
I saw that.
The
Grailer.com.
prize purse
And
is
it changed when I was
proportionate
on there.
to how many teams sign up.
Oh, okay.
So if you go on and sign up your team today, the prize purse grows.
Okay.
If your company comes on as a sponsor, our prize purse grows. Our goal is for the prize purse to hit a total of $1.25 million. That means the winning team, who finds the Grail, wins the $1 million, and the other 99 teams that place in the top 100 will split $250,000. So even if you don't find the Grail, you can still be in the money, so to speak.
Sure.
You can still win a prize.
Okay.
And so let's say your team comes in 8th place or 20th place. You still may win 10 grand or 5 grand.
Wow.
Right?
Okay.
And so that way it's not just hero or zero. You either find the grail or you
So
go home
20th
sad.
place could give you...
99th place will pay you.
Wow. So what's the entry fee? What's the entry fee for? Is it different for different types of teams? Or
So the entry fee starts at $199 per person.
Okay.
We want it to be about the same price
pretty...
roughly as like a Spartan race or,
Yeah,
or a mud
yeah,
run,
that's, yeah.
and cheaper than a triathlon. And so we're in that range.
Okay. All right.
However, instead of getting a Saturday morning event for
Right.
2 or 3 hours,
Right.
worst case, you're getting 18 hours worth of
Yeah.
adventuring, treasure hunting, road tripping the state with your 3 best friends or your wife and your other couple friend or whoever really you want to go on an adventure with.
This is the Daily Bend, and we're talking with Aaron about grailing. We're talking about his big event that's going to happen in September, and about how beneficial the jackpot will be, but it's also beneficial to the other 99 people that are teams that are involved in it as well. We're talking about it's creative. This is really something that I got so many questions in my brain. I'm not quite sure. So the evolution. So for people that are just watching, the top purse is $1 million, and then there's
Up to $1 million.
Up to $1 million.
Yeah, right now it's currently at 65,000.
Oh, okay. All right.
Which is already bigger than the Salt Lake Marathon, by the way.
Sure. So if you were to take the percentages there, somebody would get, just throwing it out there,
Yeah.
$60,000.
Yep.
And the other group would, they'd split the 5 or whatever it was.
Yep.
So tell us about the progression, because I think that, you talked a little bit off camera, we were talking a little bit about how you came up with the idea, or at least how it came to be this.
Yeah.
It's kind of all of these things in one, really.
Well, I think this industry started with marathons, right? In 1976, you had about 25,000 finishers of marathons in the country. And by about 1990, that 25,000 number had grown to 500,000. So you had 500,000 marathoners.
Right.
But today it's still about 500,000 marathoners.
Right.
Because the reality is, I'm not a marathoner and I'll never be a marathoner.
Right.
I'm just not built for it, right?
Right. Neither am I.
And so,
Right.
and most people aren't, right?
Yeah.
So it has a very limited market. And so those who were doing marathons thought, well, let's broaden the base a little bit. So you start seeing a lot more 5 and 10K races. And that now every charity and this and that has a 5 or 10K race, and there's literally thousands of them every year.
Right.
And so that had a wider base. More people could participate in 5 or 10K. But then that plateaued. Okay. The next evolution that we saw was in about 2009 with mud runs, dirty dash, Spartan race, color runs, neon dashes, and you name it. All the different what I call themed jogs.
Right.
Right. It's the themed version of a 5K or a 10K. Right.
Right.
And they're amazing. Those are super fun.
Sure.
And those just came on, and there was a huge hockey stick curve, and people loved them, and everyone
Yeah.
started participating. But those have kind of plateaued now as well. And so what we want to do is create something even better that caters to even more people.
Right.
So even a Spartan race, right? More people could do a Spartan race than a marathon or,
Right.
or a dirty dash.
Right.
But with Grailer, anyone can participate.
Yeah, you're talking
I mean-
people that maybe have physical inability for some reason. The older folks that let's bring Grandpa along because he'll probably know an answer to whatever there is, and then we need the jock,
Yep.
and then we need somebody that can drive halfway decent or whatever it
Yep.
is, or good with directions. What an interesting. Honestly, what a cool thing. Did you just think about this out of the?
I've said this, right? So this September is our first main event.
Right.
Okay. I don't think that the winning team is going to be 4 CrossFitters. I just don't think so.
No.
But you know what I would love to see it be? I'd love to see it be a single mother with her 3 teenage daughters. Because they have just as good a chance at winning this as anyone. Because you're drawing on a little bit of athleticism.
Right.
You're drawing on creativity and wit and brains and knowledge of history or pop culture, different kinds of trivia. And then being able to put all these pieces together into a good strategy, a good plan of attack to hit your map with,
Right.
and go execute it, and have the energy for 18 hours to go and hit it hard.
Well, for a for me, for a motivator, a coach, somebody like me that tries to get people to really, travel outside of their comfort zones and all that. This could be a great opportunity for a family or whatever it is, even corporate, to gain that trust, to gain that ability to work together. And really, it's almost like doing it's almost like doing motivation, but only, you got this to maybe end up with some money. That's what's kind of cool about it,
Yeah, I mean, the great thing is you don't even have to know who your teammates are, right? It's all about diversity of skill.
Right.
So you could take, let's say, a high school, for example.
Right.
Right. The minimum age to play is 13.
Right.
So Lone Peak High School or Provo High School or Ogden or whoever
Sure.
could put together a handful of teams if they wanted to, right? And they could say, we'll take the captain of the wrestling team, and we'll take a cheerleader, and we'll take whoever was, got straight A's for the month of March. Put them all on a team. Well, that's probably a pretty solid team, right? Because you have a huge diversity of skill there. And what an experience for those kids to come together, work on a team with new people, create things together, travel together, solve things together, and hopefully accomplish something really big together, right?
What a logistical, interesting thing. I mean, not looking at what people have to do, but I mean, for you guys, is it going to be a logistical nightmare to kind of, not nightmare, that's a bad choice of words, but putting everything together, it's got to be a massive...
It's a big undertaking.
Yes.
We have a really solid team. We've been working on this for about a year and a half just on the gameplay itself. And people are going to be really surprised when they actually get into the game, how many twists and turns and where they get 20 miles in one direction and they realize they forgot a clue, and how we have the foresight to think of that clue that they would have missed and weave it into the game. It's kind of like the Hunger Games where you have the architect of the game.
Sure.
We have a really, really strong brain trust here, and we put together an amazing game with lots and lots of different layers.
So what do you see that day looking like? I mean, they're coming together in one spot to begin? Yep. And that's how it'll be, and then it'll be off?
Everybody will come to one location, but they'll be divided by the 5 guilds, so you'll meet with your own individual guild.
And those guilds are, again, for maybe somebody that came on late or whatever.
The Guild of Athleticism.
Sure, skill level almost.
Guild of Athleticism, the Guild of Knowledge, Guild of Creativity, Guild of Diversity, and the Guild of Fearlessness.
Okay. And they can be they have to have each one of those in their group?
No.
Or they can be just in one group?
You just choose which guild you think your team of 4 fits into the best.
Okay.
So you want a diverse team regardless.
Sure.
But if your team is 4 guys like me, I'm not going to join the Guild of Athleticism, because now I'm competing against others in challenges that may cater towards athleticism.
So you're offering, really unique. You're offering more than just you're offering more than just the whole Spartan athletic thing or the running thing. You're offering academia. You're offering creativity. That has to be a huge draw for people, because I think most people like to compete. Most people like to, they really do. They'll grab somebody and go, let's go do this. Yeah. And I can't imagine somebody not, from some meathead like myself to somebody else that, is totally into maybe pop culture and other kinds of, technical things and stuff like that. It's kind of an interesting...
Yeah, even having a techie on your team, it's a wise choice.
Sure.
Somebody who's good with Google or with geocaching, or different ways that we may disguise clues digitally.
Okay. So let's talk about that one more time. So your clues are going to come in the form of, it's 18 hours. 18 hours. They have 18 hours to complete
as many as they can.
As many as they can. So as many as they can to find...
So here's how it works. However many teams come in the first day, okay, that first 18 hours, there's 200 clues. Each clue is worth a different amount of points. And then each clue also can lead you to a location where you compete for an additional amount of points, right? So let's say the zipline ski ball that we were talking about. You may get 400 points for getting to the location, but then based on how well you perform at that location, you get bonus points. Mm-hmm. So you may walk out of that location with 2,000 points or 5,000 points. Okay? Right. So your team accumulates points over 18 hours. At the end of that 18 hours, all the teams get put onto a leaderboard. The top 100 teams with the highest amount of points advance to the second Saturday, which is the following Saturday, September 24th, again meeting at midnight at a different location. And those 100 teams will get their second treasure map that takes them to the Grail. So one of those final 100 teams will actually find the Grail.
Okay.
And the way that we choose the 100 teams, we take the top 20 teams from each of the 5 guilds.
Oh.
So that way there's an even representation in the finals of athleticism, knowledge, creativity, diversity, and fearlessness. And so let's say season 1, maybe the winner came from the Guild of Fearlessness. And that was your guild. You didn't win, but that was your guild.
Sure.
And you had a certain experience. Well, next time we do a Grailer next year, your team may say, well, we loved our experience as the Guild of Fearlessness. Let's play on the Guild of Creativity next year and have a different experience. And every time you play, you get a different experience. It's not the same road race over and over and over again.
Right.
Every time it's a new adventure with a different finishing. Right? Have you ever seen an M. Night Shyamalan movie?
Oh yeah,
where they always have like the different endings. Where
yeah.
once they give the big reveal,
right.
you look back at the whole movie and it changes the context.
Right.
That is the essence of Grailer.
Very interesting.
Right? So when somebody finds the Grail, we say it's buried somewhere in the state of Utah. Well, buried is a very open term.
Sure.
Right? Buried could be under a pile of clothing in somebody's bedroom. It could be 6 feet in the ground. It could be under a stack of papers on the 20th floor of the office building in Salt Lake City.
Okay.
Right? And so every Grailer will be handcrafted, that game unique to that game.
Very cool.
So
Very
we'll
cool.
always keep them guessing.
Yeah, always. And so at the end of that, so that'll be another 18 hours, that second Saturday.
The second Saturday is 18 hours.
For the winner, or the winner at that point in time.
We anticipate one of those 100 teams will find the Grail around 4 p.m. So.
Wow, you've got it all worked out and all that kind of stuff.
Yep.
And your dream, I mean, you came up, how did you kind of come up with a concept, and then obviously your dream is not just Utah, but although you're focusing on that.
If you could narrow how this concept came up to one thing, it would be the movie The Goonies. You've seen that movie?
Oh, of course. I think everybody.
Right,
well,
it
was
like one of my favorite movies growing up. Goonies and
it's
Indiana
my
Jones.
kids' favorite movies too.
It's a classic, right?
Yeah.
And you've got these band of misfit kids, in essence, who weren't athletic, who weren't the smartest kids in their class, right? They had no known skills, really. They set off to find One-Eyed Willie's treasure.
Right.
And I think that's one reason we love it, because we're all we see ourselves as those kids, right?
Sure.
And to have an experience like that would be amazing.
Right.
Where you could find a treasure that would change your life. Right?
Exactly.
Well, because they weren't the most athletic, because they weren't the smartest, but they were skilled. And if you look back at the movie, you had the one girl who played the Bones piano. Mm-hmm. That was a talent she had. And in the right moment, in the right circumstance, that talent saved their lives and helped them get to the treasure. Even if you look at Chunk, remember
Chunk?
Yeah,
Chunk, yeah, of course.
Even Chunk's talent of gabbing and eating helped them get to the treasure. Right? He had a Baby Ruth in his pocket.
Right.
That got him in with
the
Slog.
Weird dude, Slog. Yeah.
And that held off the Fratellis long enough for the Goonies to make it to the treasure.
Sure.
Well, that's how Grailer's going to be. You're going to get to places in the competition where maybe you have to eat things, and maybe they're not gross. Maybe it's the amount of things or the speed of things, or maybe it's that you have to cry on demand, or you have to not laugh for 10 minutes while we try to make you laugh. Or maybe it's shooting archery, flaming archery into something 100 yards away that will light it on fire. Or, I don't want to give away too many details.
Sure.
But everything in the game.
But it sounds damn fun.
Yeah.
I just got to say, it sounds pretty damn fun.
We're going to test you, to say the least.
So where can everybody? I think when we get closer again, if you would, this is a great thing. We'll do it again.
Okay.
I'd be glad. There's nothing more to. When we talk about BEAU'D Not Broken, there's nothing better than activity or something like this that'll build your faith and courage and endurance. That's what BEAU'D Not Broken's about. And if we can do it in a positive way, if we can do it with others that'll bring us up and build us up, who knows? We might be the one that, and that's really why I wanted to have him on and have this whole concept,
The main thing we kept in mind when we were creating the game is not for the winner of the game.
Right.
And it's not even for the 100 people that make money and place in the top 100. It's for those who don't make anything, right? It's for the dad and his 3 boys who come out and they got to go on an 18-hour adventure and solve things together and accomplish things as a team and see the sunrise for the first time over the San Rafael Swell or over Moab, right? To create experiences and adventures that people would remember. That's the real reason we created Grailer. The money it's cool and it's a good, it's a cool draw to bring people into the game, but the game itself is all about adventure and teamwork and skill diversity.
Where can people go? Where can people go to sign up? Where can people go to look at what's going on and how to do it? And any questions they may have.
So you go to Grailer.com. It's
And that's
GRAIL, GRAIL.com. You can register yourself as a team captain. You don't have to sign up everyone today. You can just sign yourself up and then build your team over the coming weeks. Know this though, as the pot rises, the sign-up fee rises as well. So every time the pot hits an increment of 200,000, the sign-up fee goes up $20.
Okay.
So when the pot's 201,000,
right,
it's going to be 219. Because of 400,000, it's going to be 239. So there is some incentive there to be an early adopter in the games and to come, get signed up today.
What's somebody going to need for the? I mean, you're not telling anybody what they're going to need for this. They're just going to come and they're going to have to adapt, and they're going to drive up in their car and get their map and their whole thing, and that's what's so neat about it. They're just going to have to go to town. Right?
We give them a few pointers.
Okay.
You'll want backup batteries for your cell phones. You'll want a camera. Somebody who's okay at editing film.
Right.
Just even on a cell phone app, splicing two things together.
Sure.
You'll want a flashlight or flashlights, headbands, because you'll be the first half of the contest is in the dark.
Right.
You want a reliable transportation.
Right.
A change of clothes, and everything else is up to you. If you think you may use rope, then bring rope. Right. If you think that you might need bungee cords, or we'll leave all that speculation up to you. But
Goonies on crack.
We say Goonies for grown-ups.
That sounds. Just a little bit about you. I mean, this is a new love. You call yourself a serial entrepreneur, obviously. Yep. Other things that you've done. I mean, has brought you to this, or really?
I've done a lot with events over the last 15 years. Small events, large events.
Right.
I love bringing people together.
So you're an event guy. You've been.
If there's one thing I love more than anything, is giving somebody a unique experience.
Right.
And that's what I've done my whole career. Is let them come experience something that's out of the norm, a break in the mundane. Come enjoy yourselves, and that's my passion.
And you're hoping, you're obviously hoping that this is going to catch fire and continue to catch fire, and we'll see this all over, we'll see this all over the country.
Absolutely.
Well, just don't forget about us little motivators, and when you're hitting the big time, I can't see that there isn't a, once people find out exactly what they're going to be doing, it just incorporates, what is it, the Amazing Race and all these different things together. I haven't talked to people about, hey, that would be fun to do, but it'd also be fun to do something different other than just, kill yourself.
It's kind of like the Amazing Race, except there's no casting call, and you don't have to be related to the executive producer.
Oh, that's true.
Right?
Yeah,
it's the Amazing Race for everyone.
Yeah, exactly. There's no politics involved, I guess. You guys just have your set agenda. Anything else you want to share? Anything we didn't hit on, that might be interesting to people? I really appreciate you spending the time and having me come down.
For those joining us late, the money is fake. It's not real. This is movie prop money. But we use it in a lot of our advertising, so just so everyone knows.
And Aaron calls it they call it the ultimate treasure hunt, and they want you to become a grailer. They want you to put together a group of people. How many people? I'm sorry.
It's a four-person
team. Where you're going to be doing all kinds of things in different types of areas and things like that. And I can't think of anything more fun. And the entry fee is, if you're a marathoner or you're a triathlete or you do anything, even an event, even a concert, you're going to pay pretty close to $200 to get in as well.
You're going to pay $200, and best case scenario is you get a T-shirt and a congratulations.
Correct.
There's no real jackpot at the end of this.
Correct.
With Grailer, you have the adventure, you have all the same fun. I think a longer experience, a more deep experience, but you also have a crack at a huge jackpot.
Right.
Right. A life-changing jackpot.
Right. And that really should be the draw. The draw should be, if you're a family, you talked about a single mom and her daughters. You'd love to see them succeed really well and have the experiences. This is a chance to pull your kids away from the video games.
This is a real life video game.
Yeah, and exactly. Yeah. So you're pulling people away. You're creating time with your children or family members or work associates or whatever it might be, in a pretty interesting and fun It certainly sounds fun. I think I need to get off my butt and get a team together. It sounds
You
pretty
should.
darn fun. Thanks for having me down here. I really appreciate
thanks
it.
for the opportunity.
It's just funny. Every day I fall into something different, and this has definitely been a real highlight. Not that, you know, some of the people's struggles that we talk about and them helping people, but I can't think of course you're a businessman, and of course you want to make money, but you're also offering a huge jackpot to, you know, a lot of people, but you're also offering them a chance to do, like we said, create some memories, work together, build some confidence in not only themselves but in other people, and that's, you know, that's cool. That's really what everybody should be doing, you know.
Well, part of the jackpot is giving it back to the participants.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they're the ones helping to pay for all of this.
Right.
Let's give it back to those who are making us awesome.
Exactly.
So.
Well, thank you very much, and I appreciate everybody watching. And we're going to come back down as time progresses. You've got to go on to it's grailer.com, and you've got to see that I watched it for a minute, and the money was changing. The pot was getting bigger as I watched it. So hopefully you'll go onto there, take a look at it, consider it. Aaron Browning, he's on Facebook, he's on LinkedIn. You're on all over the place. We're also FaceTiming this, and again, this will be downloaded on YouTube, and then he'll be able to send it out to all his folks, and hopefully you'll share it, because this really is a fun, unique, probably going to be an experience of a lifetime, and one that you might do quite often. So again, I know I've said it 12 times, but thanks, and hopefully you'll have us back.
Yeah, thanks, man. Okay. Appreciate the opportunity.
Take care. Appreciate it.